was like 1,000 years ago. I fought my way out of that cave, became Iron Man. Realized I loved you. I know I said no more surprises, but I was really hoping to pull off one last one.
The world has changed. None of us can go back. All we can do is our best. And sometimes the best that we can do is to start over.
I saw all these people die.
I keep telling everybody they should move on. Some do, but not us.
Even if there's a small chance, we owe this to everyone who's not in this room to try.
We will. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
I like this one.
What is poppin' YouTube? Warstu here with another video on Avengers EndGame. So it's the 25th of March and we are literally 1 month away from Avengers EndGame coming out in UK. And then I believe it comes out in America, midnight releases, and by around the 26th. So it is pretty much a worldwide release. So we are 1 month away from Avengers EndGame actually coming out. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the content. So we are still doing the Infinity Gauntlet giveaway, which is going to run to the end of this month. So your last opportunity to enter will be on the 31st of this month. All you got to do is subscribe to the channel with notifications on and let me know down below what is your favorite moment from trailer 1, Super Bowl TV spot, second trailer, and if or any of these other TV spots that they keep releasing at will. So it is the day when Tom Holland said Monday morning and everyone was expecting a new trailer. But like I said, if it was going to be anything, guys, it would have been Spies in Disguise, which comes out in September, which he's also in. But as of now, as of recording this video, there is only 3 new images for Spider-Man Far From Home. But it's a bit obvious that they're not going to reveal any new Spider-Man footage today. Why? Because it would literally be spoilers for Endgame. And if you remember, when the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer was supposed to come out the same week in December, it didn't come out till, I think, January. It was like 4 to 6 weeks after the initial Endgame first trailer. So don't be expecting any Spider-Man Far From Home new trailer. I know some people are confirming it and verifying it, but realistically, just because Tom Holland tweeted out Monday morning on the 21st of March didn't mean anything. I mean, if you go to his Instagram, all he did is he tweeted out some pretty interesting images for Spider-Man Far From Home, basically promoting it. But he works that movie, so he's going to have to promote it at some point. So let's get in today's video. So who is going to save the Avengers? So obviously the title of the video is inferring to who is going to save Tony Stark in outer space, but it's really inferring to who is going to save the Avengers. Now I believe Captain Marvel saves Tony Stark, but also saves the Avengers. Now, why does this make sense? Because it makes sense. So guys, this is a theory video, right? Theories don't have to be correct. Just remember how many mad theories there are in the world from scientists. Not every theory is going to be correct, but this is a theory-based channel. Just getting out of that. Yes, I do read comments. So Captain Marvel is literally going to save Tony Stark in the Benatar. Wherever he is, she is going to save him. Now, by now, you should have watched the Captain Marvel movie. That is really going to hit 1 billion at the box office, even though you got all these SJW channels going, Brie Larson said she would hit someone. Brie Larson said she would throw someone. Brie Larson said she hates white males. No, that's not what she said. So Captain Marvel has smashed it out of the park. Wasn't the best movie, but it was a solid 7 out of 10. So she, at the end of the Captain Marvel movie, didn't stay on Earth. She went back to Hala to finish some business. So she would already be out in the kind of Marvel universe, I guess you say, Marvel multiverse, but they haven't really explained that. She'd be somewhere in the Marvel universe, I guess you could say. So realistically thinking, she would be the closest person to saving Tony Stark and Nebula if there was a distress call. Now, I know the trailers are very misleading because trailer 1, Tony dies, run out of food, run out of oxygen because Thor nicked it all in Infinity War. Then trailer 2, Tony Stark's there working on the suit or the Benatar with Nebula, which is interesting. Then trailer 3, like I said, it's very misleading because we get Tony Stark in the new Infinity kind of, I guess you could say, quantum realm suit, space suit. But Tony Stark doesn't need a suit. He can survive in space. Yeah, I know that's true, but so can Thor, but Thor's got one. So what is the point? Yeah, it's to make them go micro, make them go miniature inside the quantum realm. So it makes the most sense if Captain Marvel is the one to save Tony. Why? Because they're not going to waste any time. Now, I thought they were going to kind of put us on a cliffhanger for Captain Marvel, but no. At the end of the Captain Marvel movie, we'll get a post-credit scene for Avengers EndGame, which is actually directed by the Russo bros. I believe it was Joe who directed it. And Captain Marvel turns up, where's Fury? Which is pretty cool, pretty funny. So I don't believe they're going to waste any time in Avengers EndGame with Captain Marvel being introduced. Now, what better way to introduce Captain Marvel than have her save Tony Stark and Nebula? That is the most realistic way. And I don't really think it will annoy people because I looked through a lot of different videos to do with Captain Marvel reviews to see what people thought. You know, the big movie reviews to see what people thought in the comment section. And generally speaking, most comments were positive. So she has been accepted into the MCU. We know she is the face going forward. So she is going to be the one to save Tony Stark. But at the same time, we know due to the Empire exclusive, well, that's actually a lie because the Empire exclusive magazine only realistically revealed that the dusted Perth people are now in the quantum realm, and that is literally the only thing it revealed. Now, we know Kevin Feige said that Captain Marvel is the strongest Avenger, and we can see why. She can fly, she can punch spaceships, she can shoot photon blasts, so it makes sense for her to save Tony Stark. Now, we know due to the Empire magazine that the Avengers EndGame movie is going to focus around the 6 main Avengers because it will be the last time we see them. So even though I think Captain Marvel is going to boom at the start of the movie, save Tony, and that is why in the scene when they're looking up, they're amazed because obviously there's going to be the Benatar coming down and there's going to be Captain Marvel, and they're like, who is that? So that is clearly going to happen. Now, we know these scenes aren't fake. Why? Because at the Disney shareholder meeting, Captain Marvel was there as well. And if they are true by saying we're not going to see past the first 20 minutes in the trailers, that I don't really believe because they're trying to preserve the movie for us, it hints that Captain Marvel is there with Thor, and we see that very scene in the second trailer. So I think it is clear to say that Captain Marvel is not only going to save Tony Stark, she's going to save the Avengers. Now, why do I say that? Because obviously Thor literally came very close to killing Thanos by himself. If you combine that with Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, then literally Thor and Captain Marvel could take out Thanos by themselves. But they've got to fill a 3-hour plus movie. So that is why this movie, it might be dragged out. I'm really hoping it's not. But to be honest, a 3-hour movie after Avengers Infinity War, which didn't feel like it was a dragged out movie, it's going to be really hard for them to do a 3-hour plus movie without feeling like it's dragged out, unless you see a massive backstory for Hawkeye, for Natasha Romanoff, for all the Avengers. They're all going to have their individual sections inside this movie. Then there's going to be like Back to Future kind of Empire Strike Backs kind of scenes because, you know, a lot of inspiration for this movie does come from Star Wars and Star Trek. If you read what Kevin Feige is saying, obviously he's not the screenwriter, but he would have had a big input into the Infinity Saga. And you got to remember, after this movie, the whole universe is going to explode and the multiverse is going to be open probably. I think that's what they're referring to, because yes, we've seen the Dark Dimension, we've seen the Quantum Realm, and we've seen the Astral Plane in Black Panther movie. But except for them kind of three concepts, we've not really seen anything in this universe. That's one thing you can credit DC for. DC has kind of showed you time traveling, it showed you the Flash, not very much. But in this universe, it's kind of linear. It's like there only is one universe. There's only one like existence of time. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you've only really seen the Quantum Realm and the Dark Dimension. So I believe after this movie, after the when the next phase starts, I don't think it's going to be called Phase 4 because they've called Phase 1, 2, 3, the Infinity Saga. We're going to see a very different bunch of Marvel movies. We know we've got Black Widow, Spider-Man Far From Home. That is why we're not getting the second Spider-Man Far From Home trailer, I believe, until after Endgame has dropped, because it's going to have to show you a massive spoiler. There was already a big conversation behind the scenes with Marvel and Sony about showing Nick Fury, Maria Hill, Spider-Man, because that would confuse the general audience. A lot of people don't know that most people that go to the movies, they're not comic book nerds, they're not nerds, they don't go on the internet searching for things, they might get a bit confused. That's why a lot of people seem to think that Spider-Man Far From Home is set before Infinity War, but that literally makes no sense at all, because if you look at the timestamps in the first Spider-Man Far From Home trailer, July 2019, so it realistically doesn't make any sense. But these movies are made for the general audience. That's why they gross so much money. If they were only watched by comic book fans, they wouldn't do as well, would they? So it's going to be a very interesting time. So obviously Captain Marvel will save Tony Stark wherever he's stuck somewhere on a Benatar. I believe it will be Captain Marvel will save Tony Stark, and she will essentially save the Avengers from being massacred by Thanos, or Thanos, as some of you guys seem to think it's called that, even though I don't pronounce it like that. And yes, this does trigger you to the point where you guys comment down in the comment box section, which is good because it's constructive criticism. So guys, let me know who is going to save Tony Stark. Will Tony Stark save himself? I guess you could say, because the latest trailer 2, we see Iron Man coming out the cave, rescuing himself, seeing that felt like 1,000 years ago. Yes, in theory, he could save himself. He could fix the Benatar. He could fix himself. But realistically, it doesn't make any sense. Just get Captain Marvel to save him, and then she can be there. It won't be forced because we've already met her. We know how powerful she is, what she can do. She's got a 6 to 7 movie contract. She's going to be the biggest thing in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, whether you like her or not. But the general perception is they do like her, except for the few kind of people who like push this, Brie Larson's such a bad person, Brie Larson this, Brie Larson that. I mean, I find it amazing that some people have a whole YouTube channel based around bashing Brie Larson, but it is what it is. You're never going to be able to please everyone. And it will be interesting to find out a bit more about her backstory, because none of these people, except for Nick Fury, but Nick Fury's dusted, is going to know anything about her. So I do believe that Captain Marvel is going to be the one to save Tony Stark. I don't think she's going to outshine Tony Stark, but she's going to have to be a dominated female in order for the narrative to be pushed forward. Because this movie isn't just to end this phase, it's to set up the future of whatever the future is of Marvel. Obviously, we know parts of that, but Kevin Feige will be announcing some stuff either at Hall H in July at Comic-Con or at the Disney D23. I'm not really sure when that is, but we'll be finding out. It's being confirmed after Spider-Man Far From Home, which is ironically the start of July. What is going to happen in the future of Marvel movies? And don't worry, guys, we will keep you up to date with all the latest and greatest DC and Marvel news. So let me go, guys. Do you agree that Captain Marvel's going to save Tony Stark? She's going to save the Avengers. She's going to become the most popular Avenger. No, I don't agree with that last part. The problem I have is I can't really see her at the moment leading the Avengers like Captain America and Tony Stark have. Yes, Tony Stark isn't the leader, but he is a kind of respected figure inside the Avengers. So, guys, let me know down below. Start an argument, start a conversation. I just want to know what you think is going to happen. Is she going to save everyone? Is she going to save the Avengers? Is she going to do that iconic, epic punch in the face to Thanos? Because let's be honest, if you judge it compared to Thor, Thor's a god, he can't die. Okay, says YouTube comments. Okay. So we get to Thor 3, a little sparkly thunderbolt, a little spark to neck takes him down. So you can all say Thor's a god. Why do they need Captain Marvel? Well, literally, the Grandmaster had a little sparkly device on his neck and it took him out. So Thor being a god is irrelevant. So guys, let me know everything that you think about this video down below. Really interested to figure out what you guys think down below. I will start commenting back to everyone if I have time. Make sure to check out the Instagram at Warstu because we do monthly competitions on this channel. And we will be giving away some Avengers EndGame tickets once they are on sale worldwide, because I understand some tickets are already on sale somewhere, but they're not in this country, so I'm not really sure. But obviously Marvel don't tend to do things sporadically. They will announce when tickets go on sale, and there probably will be some new TV spots saying tickets now on sale. Anyway guys, please like, subscribe and comment. Like I said, if there is a Spider-Man Far From Home trailer that drops anytime today or anytime in the future, I will post a video about it. But I don't think it will, because I've been told that it's got massive spoilers for Avengers EndGame, and they don't really want to ruin their own movie by ruining parts of EndGame, and that would really annoy Marvel. Even though Sony do the marketing for that movie, they do talk to each other, and if they want to keep using Spider-Man, if they want to renew this contract that runs out pretty soon with Spider-Man being in the MCU, Sony need to work with Marvel, so Marvel need to respect Sony. So I don't think they're going to ruin either and or videos of what's going to happen in each movie. It just makes no sense to drop trailer 2 this far out from July. We've only just got trailer 2 from EndGame, and it comes out in less than, well, like literally in 1 month's time. Anyway guys, please like, subscribe and comment, and I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.